Just where it's always good to have three hands. Sometimes you need three hands. You got to use everything you got. Legs, mouth, teeth, whatever you can do. I had to pop a chalk line the other day with my teeth. No, for real. I had to hold it with two hands. Reach down there with my lip and pop it. That's what you got to do when you work by yourself sometimes. You got to do what you got to do. So I'll get it close. Then I'll come back and I'll fine tune it. So right now I got it close. What I want. And I may or may not be able to put it on here because I got to pick my hood up off of this table about 2 foot. But I don't want to pick it up until I got the majority of everything cut square. Because right now I got it fastened down where I can still take decent measurements off of it. Once I cut it loose, may not be able to get the measurements I want, but I am going to go ahead and cut this off. I may need it a little bit later on, but it's been in my way for a good while. So I'm going to cut it off, and then when I need it, I'll come out and put it on. Finish it here. Then I'll come back and add on to it. Cut your fan off. All right. Same thing here. We got to transfer that mark on back some. We want to be able to transfer this tape line on back. And then we're going to have to roll these edges down. So what do I need? I need the square tape measure. And my mark's got kind of whitened out there. I can't really see it, so I'm gonna trace it, retrace it back. Give me something to go by. It should be close. I'm off just a little bit, but in the back here, I'm 7 1/4. I said I want to go a little wider than that, so I'm gonna go 8 1/2. 8 1/2. That's gonna be the edge of my tape line. Then we're gonna trace some on up here a little bit further. We got 8, 16, 12, 4. Gotta give us something to go by. I'll come up here and I'll make me a mark. I'll try to get me a square mark off of the table. 4, 8, 12, and 16. So that's about 4. That's about 8. That's about 12. Actually, that's about 12. And 16. If I can't hold my tape and actually get it on, I'll try to get me a visual mark or something close. I'll say, well, that line is 1/4 inch to the left or 1/4 to the right. And then once I mark it, I'll go back when I got 2 hands and I'll double check it again just to see if I'm on the money or I need to go over some. So now we got that. We'll come back down here on the bottom. We'll get us a mark from everywhere I'm marked at. We'll see how far I was away from that mark with a square. Take your square, square it up right there. So that first one, we'll put it on the edge. That way you're a little more precise on where you're at. If you put it in the middle of the board, your board could be twisted around and it'll throw you off a little bit. So from here to my line, I'm 3 1/2 inches. So if I want to be an inch back, I'm gonna be 2 1/2. If I want to be a little less, I'm gonna be, let's go 2 on this one. Come back to my next mark, same thing. Got a corner of your board. My mark at the edge of my board, I'm 3 3/4. So I'll go 2 1/2. Let's go 2 1/2 from the edge, roughly. All right, we'll go 2 3/4. Same thing on the third one, right at my edge. And there to my mark. Now I'm 4 1/4. I got 3. And the last one, we don't need the board because I can see my metal. The last one, I'm 4 3/8. We got 3 1/2 on that one. And this ain't something that's set in stone while I'm gonna cut it. I'm just getting me an average mark, and then I'm gonna do the rest of it off of my eyeballs, whatever looks right to me. So I'll go back up here. Get some tape lined up. Get back to my mark. I'm still a little hot there. This tape ain't, this is house tape here. This tape is made for drywall. This ain't really the type of tape you want to be using. It's best to leave you a little extra instead of trying to cut it right on the money, because if you're out a little bit, you got a little bit metal you can go back and trim and play with. You don't have to worry about you cut it all off. And that looks pretty good. So it as it comes to the back, it gets the actual top of the fender actually gets narrower. But at the same time, I've got something that that would be 12 there, 3.5, be 9, be 8 3/4 to that edge. 8 3/4 somewhere about there. This one here would be what? 10 3/4. So it actually goes in the fender. The hood itself comes out about 2 inches on each side, which is about 4 inches altogether. So the fender has got to go in to contribute for that. Tell you exactly when it goes out. So at the front, 21 1/4. The back, I'm 28.5. So that's 7 1/4 inches that the hood actually goes out from square. So that's about 3 5/8 of an inch difference. So we'll move it out at the front a little wider than what it normally would be. I'll move it out, I'll make it 1 inch wider at the front, and we'll split the difference at the back. It should be about good. Yeah. So I actually had a center line here. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna repop the center line. I can see the back part of my center line right here. That's the center line on the back. And you can see it right here. So what I'm gonna do is just retrace that back. And that should give me my another point that I can measure off of. So I got me another measurement here I can measure off of. Even when you're building round radius stuff, you need some way to pull the measurement to get close to what you need. Unless you do it every day. 23. Unless you do it every day, you're not going to be exact on it. You get pretty close if you just do something. The more you do something every day, the better you get at it. So if you just do something random here and there, if you're pretty swift at what you do, you can get close. If somebody does it every day, they can get a little closer. I got stuff that I do every day that I'm better than the average person that would try to do it, because I do it more than they do, and I have done it more than they've done it. So that mark there's off a little bit. That's not my mark right there. Give me a better measurement. From center line to center line. 21 1/4. 21 1/4. So I actually don't want it perfect straight. 21 1/4. I have to get it. I want my fenders to be a little bit wider, so I'm going to make them 2 inches. But the difference in that is here. I need to make it wider. I need to go check some. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to come here and we're just going to get us establish us a mark with this tape line of where I want my fender to start rolling around at. So it's not square. It's not just cut a 12-inch piece of metal and stick it up there and bend it around. It's kind of running on a radius in. It's running on an angle going in towards the back of the fender too. So we're trying to get the fender squared back up where the hood is kind of on a V shape. So we get us a line with a permanent marker that we can't erase here. Well, if something goes on with the tape, we still got us a mark. And once you get one side the way you want it, then you got something you can measure with. You can duplicate it, just duplicate it on the other side. All right, so we got us a mark where I think, and that's where the fender needs to start rounding at. So I would say now we got to figure out a way we can round this metal right here. We can get it round. Need to come around this way. So now we got another little challenge here. We got to figure out how we can bend this metal and make us a lip on this fender around. So we're just going to come here and slice us some marks, and we're going to go from there. All right, so what I'm thinking is I need to make me some kind of little jib that I can roll around and kind of put some heat on it and bend this stuff around to make it easier on me. That's what I'm thinking. So give me a few minutes. Let me look around on the ground, see if I see something I can make work. I found this. This is what I found. I found a old brake. Uh, it goes on the brake shoes on a big truck. I found a piece of angle iron. So I'm gonna take this here and see if I can come up with something that I can make these fenders bend around with. So give me a few minutes. Let me think on it a second. All right, so what I got here I came up with is I found me a piece off of brake S-cam chamber brake kit, and I welded it to a piece of angle iron, and I'm gonna cut it where I can roll it on around where it won't hit my table, give me a handle on it, and I'm gonna heat it up, and I'm gonna try to see if it'll help me roll this stuff around a little better. All right, so I need to change these gloves and put on something a little thicker. Messing with that heat, we'll get something a little bit thicker here. I went to Harbor Freight the other day to get a pair of gloves, and they sold me mismatched gloves. This one here is like for a chainsaw, and this one here is just a regular glove, thick. So I'm debating on whether to take them back up there and tell them to give me the right one. But I didn't pay no attention. They had them smashed together with a little piece of paper in there. But when I got back and started looking at them, something felt different. That's what it is. They give me two different gloves. So you got your bottles on? All right, so when I put the heat on this, that little magic marker we put up there and that tape is probably going to get messed up. So what I'm going to do is just take this little cutoff wheel and I'm going to just scratch me a mark across the top. That way if my magic marker goes away, I still got something I can go by. So now that I got that marked, I can actually just go ahead and get rid of this tape. I don't need it anymore. That way if it melts, I ain't got to worry about trying to get it off there when it melted all to the steel. Get it off right now. All right, so we need a torch, need a lighter, need some gloves. And we don't need a whole lot of heat. This is thin stuff. We just need a little bit. Yeah. What I want to do is catch it right here on this end. We'll see if I can catch two at a time right here. We don't have to bend it all at one time. We can come back and bend a little and a little more. I don't want to get it super hot. Back and weld some more here because I need a radius about 2.5 inches to drop around. So I'll just get it bent around for now because I need to pick the fender up and able to finish the fender. So what I want to do now is just get it bent around like I got it right there. That'll be good. We'll pick it up and then we'll move on to the next step. I don't want to beat on it too much and beat my fender out of round too much. So right now it still looks pretty good. Got one little flat spot in it right there, but we can fix that. So yeah, we'll on to finish cutting the rip inside of this here, getting this piece here ready to bend. We can put it up around the front on the other side. I can leave. I'm short a piece. I got some more, but it ain't 11 gauge. I need two. I need what do I need? I need one. I need 3 more pieces of 11 gauge. All right, so what we got here is we need to cut us a couple more pieces, or we can get us a couple more radiuses out of it, maybe 3 more in total. So I'm gonna cut these up, and then we'll start back on the other side of the fender a little bit later on. So